It started with a whisper of disappointment. By the mid-90s, the Corvette wasn't the king of the streets anymore. Imports were faster, Mustangs were louder, and the once mighty American icon felt old. But in 1997, Chevrolet dropped a bombshell. A brand new Corvette with a brand new heart, the LS1. A small block that didn't just save the Corvette, it changed muscle car history forever. The C4 Corvette had run its course. Sure, the ZR1 with its Lotus-designed LT5 V8 was fast, but it was expensive, complex, and never the sales hit Chevy needed. America's sports car was falling behind. What the Corvette needed wasn't just more horsepower. It needed a revolution. Enter the C5. Sleeker, stiffer, and built on a new hydroformed chassis. It was a total reset for the brand. But the real story wasn't the looks. It was what sat under the hood. The LS1 wasn't just another small block V8. It was the first of a new generation, the Gen 3 engine family. A clean sheet design that threw out the old iron block mentality and replaced it with lightweight aluminum construction. At 5.7 liters, it made 345 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque right out of the box. And here's the kicker. It weighed less than the outgoing LT1, while being stronger, more efficient, and far more tunable. Chevy had built an engine that was simple, durable, and ready to take punishment. On paper, the C5 didn't just look good, it performed. With the LS1, it could rip from 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds and hit a top speed of 175 miles per hour. That meant it was suddenly playing in the same league as European exotics costing twice as much. The quarter mile? Mid-13th stock. With bolt-ons? Easily into the 12 seconds. And if you were brave enough to spray it or boost it, the LS1 could hold crazy power without shattering like glass. But the LS1 wasn't just about the Corvette. It laid the foundation for an empire. This was the motor that became the blueprint for modern American performance. F-bodies like the Camaro Z28 and Firebird Trans Am got it. Later, the GTO and G8 got it. Even trucks. It was the first step in what became the LS dynasty, a family of engines that would dominate drag strips, drift circuits, and tuning garages for the next 2 decades. What made the LS1 so good? 3 things. No one, compact design. The LS1 was tiny for its displacement. Thanks to its Y-block design and cathedral port heads, it fit anywhere. Swappers loved it because you could shove LS power into Miatas, RX-7s, even old Volvos. Number 2, strength. Even though it was aluminum, the bottom end was stout. Stock internals could handle 500 to 600 horsepower reliably. With forged upgrades, the sky was the limit. Number 3, aftermarket heaven. Chevy built it simple and tuners ran with it. Cam swaps, head packages, turbo kits, superchargers, the LS1 took everything in stride. It became the Lego set of engines. The late 90s and early 2000s saw the LS1 become the platform for go-fast junkies. A cam-only LS1 could make 400-plus wheel horsepower and sound like thunder. Add headers and exhaust, and suddenly you're gapping imports and making Mustangs cry. Boost it, and you're running with Supras and Skylines, at a fraction of the cost. The LS1 proved that American pushrod power wasn't dead. It was evolving. The C5 Corvette itself became a hero. Light years ahead of the C4 in handling, it finally had the chassis to back up its straight-line muscle. With a near 50-50 weight distribution, independent suspension, and that bulletproof LS1, the C5 wasn't just fast in a straight line. It could dance through corners and embarrass cars twice its price on a track day. The Z06 that followed in 2001 turned things up even more. 385 horsepower at first, then 405, plus stiffer suspension, bigger brakes, and less weight. It cemented the Corvette as a true world-class sports car, not just an American bruiser. Back then, the C5 started at under $40,000, making it one of the best performance bargains in the world. Today, you can find clean LS1 C5s for the price of a new Toyota Corolla. which means they've become the go-to for budget track builds, drag projects, and of course, LS swaps. Because here's the truth, the LS1 didn't just power the Corvette, it powered a movement. Its compact size and cheap availability turned it into the universal donor heart. Supra without a 2JZ? Throw in an LS. Old muscle car with a tired small block? LS it. Mazda RX-7 with a blown rotary? You guessed it, LS. It was affordable, reliable, and made mountains of power. That combination rewrote the rulebook. The LS1 wasn't the fastest engine in history. It wasn't the most exotic, but it was the turning point. It gave the Corvette its swagger back, proved pushrods weren't obsolete, and launched an engine family that would rule the tuning world for decades. From the C5 Z06 to the wild LSX crate motors, making four-figure horsepower today, it all started here. With a 5.7-liter aluminum V8 in 1997, the LS1 was more than an engine. It was a revolution in disguise. A reminder that sometimes, simple and smart beats complex and flashy. The C5 Corvette may have introduced it, but the LS1 went on to conquer the world. So here's the real question. Was the LS1 the greatest American V8 of all time? Or just the one that defined a generation?